Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's all around you, but you probably never see it. Algorithms. They are, without a doubt, one of the most powerful forces shaping your daily life, your reality even. And we're going to pull back the curtain on how they work. So let me just start by asking you this. Did you choose to watch this explainer? Or did it just show up? That line between what you want and what an algorithm thinks you want is getting blurrier every single day. Every scroll, every like, every single second you pause on something, that's you feeding data into this massive system. And believe me, it is always learning. So, what is the end game for all this incredibly complicated code? Well, it's actually shockingly simple. And it's the engine driving almost every platform you use. It all comes down to one thing: maximum engagement. And here's the absolute truth of it. For pretty much any platform you can think of, the goal isn't actually to make you happy, or smarter, or even more connected. Nope, the #1 mission is to keep your eyeballs glued to their service for as long as humanly possible. Literally, everything else comes second. And they measure this with one key metric: engagement. Now, what is that? It's a mix of how long you watch, what you like, the comments you drop, and what you share. You gotta think of every single action you take online as a little vote, telling the algorithm exactly what to feed you next to keep you right where you are. And this kicks off a really powerful feedback loop. You give it data, a like, a share, a long pause. The algorithm instantly analyzes that to build a profile of you. Then it pushes content it predicts with scary accuracy that you'll interact with. And when you do, you just gave it more data, which makes the loop even stronger and its next prediction even better. It's a system that's literally designed to get smarter about you every single second you use. Okay, so how does the code actually do this? How does it make these predictions? Well, it pretty much boils down to two main methods. So on one hand, you've got content-based filtering. This one's pretty simple. You like watching videos about classic cars, so it shows you more videos about classic cars. Makes sense. But then there's the second type, collaborative filtering. And this is where things get really, really powerful and honestly, a little weird. See, collaborative filtering doesn't even care what the content is about. It just looks for patterns. It basically says, hey, other people who like the stuff you like, they also happen to like this other seemingly random thing. And that's how you go from watching a video about baking sourdough bread to 3 clicks later, you're deep into a documentary about medieval architecture. It connects these invisible dots between people's tastes that you would never, ever connect on your own. But all of this incredible efficiency, it comes with a price. This system is so good at what it does that it creates some serious real-world side effects. And get this, these aren't bugs, they aren't mistakes. They are the perfectly logical outcome of a system with only one goal. First up, you have the rabbit hole effect. Because the algorithm is built to just give you more and more of what you seem to like, it can take a tiny passing interest and just amplify it like crazy. What started as a casual curiosity can very quickly turn your entire feed into an ideological echo chamber, constantly reinforcing one single viewpoint and hiding everything else. The algorithm also stumbled upon a fascinating and kind of dark truth about us. Nothing, and I mean nothing, gets us to engage like outrage. Content that divides us gets way more clicks, way more comments, and way more shares. And since the goal is always engagement, the code has learned that promoting stuff that makes us angry and polarized is a fantastic way to win. And that's where the psychology comes in. You know that feeling when you pull down to refresh your feed and you get that little flutter of anticipation? That is not an accident. That unpredictability is designed to work exactly like a slot machine. It gives your brain these tiny, unreliable hits of dopamine, which is the brain's reward chemical. And that, my friends, is a perfect recipe for addiction. Okay, I know this can all sound pretty grim, but look, the point of this isn't to freak you out. It's to empower you. Because just understanding how this system works is the single biggest step you can take to reclaiming your own attention. The idea isn't to abandon technology, but to become a much more conscious user of it. And it's really, really important to get this straight. This is not a conspiracy. There's no evil genius in a secret lair trying to make everyone angry. This is just code. It's code executing a very simple command: maximize engagement, with superhuman, terrifying efficiency. And a system that has a clear goal is a system we can learn how to handle. So how do you do that? Well, start by just questioning your feed. When something pops up, ask yourself, why am I seeing this? Then you have to actively break the bubble. Go search for different points of view. Be a curator, not just a consumer. And above all, never ever forget how valuable your attention actually is. Honestly, if you remember one thing from this, let it be this. In the digital age, your attention is the product. It's the most valuable currency you have. So be intentional about it. Spend it on things that actually make your life richer, not just on whatever the code has been programmed to dangle in front of you. Which brings us right back to where we started. It's all about choice. The next time you find yourself endlessly scrolling, just pause for a second and ask yourself this question: am I really choosing this, or am I just walking down the path the algorithm laid out for me? Once you can see the path, you can choose whether or not to follow it.